Happy New Year and welcome to our first video of 2026. This video is what's new in January. So we have a very beautiful table of instruments and bows in front of me, and I'm going to present to you the very latest instruments that we have here in our London showroom. Now, over here we have a violin by Rietti. She's a maker based in Cremona in Italy, and we first met her at Edgar Russ's workshop in Cremona as well. You know, we first started working with her maybe about 5 years ago or so, and we're immediately impressed with her work. She now has set up her own workshop, so she works on her own, and she's making really nice copies of Cremona's instruments. This is my favorite model of hers, and it's the Guarneri Heifetz model. It's the only one that we get from her, but I think it works really well from a violinist perspective. Feels very easy to play, it's open, it's powerful, it has depth and resonance and kind of all the things that you would be looking for. We've actually had clients from all over the world purchasing these violins. We've had clients, somebody in Hong Kong, we've sent a couple to the States, and in India as well, we have someone playing on one of her violins. So yeah, she has a very international and broad market, which I think makes her a more desirable maker. She was recently featured in a New York Times article talking about the whole world of making, and she was especially chosen because, you know, she's kind of considered a rising star, and because of that, I think she garnered quite a bit of attention. So a lot of people who follow this market a little bit tangentially heard her name, noticed her, and since then she's really gained quite a good reputation. Here we have our very latest Atelier MyLuthier violin that we make here in our workshop in London. Those who've been following us for a little while, you guys might have seen that we made quite a few last year, and they're very popular. So we tend to sort of sell them as they're made. The whole idea with them was to make a violin that we thought sounded really good under the £10,000 mark. So we've been doing this for a long time, and here in London, we think it's quite tricky to find a good violin under £10,000. I'm talking about a violin that can be used in a professional setting, of course. And so we set out to make our own. And I think that we've achieved that with these. They look the part. The antiquing is absolutely beautiful. They're based on a very nice Stradivari model. And we've sold them to younger players, to more serious students, and to professionals as well. So they work really well as a primary violin or a secondary violin. And we've also sent quite a few of these internationally as well. We just sent one to Malaysia, actually. So yeah, we're really pleased with these. They've been doing really well. We have our first cello is finished, and our first viola is coming very soon, so stay tuned on the website for those. After that, we have a very nice violin by the UK-based maker Mark Jennings. He's a maker that's been making for a very long time. Many people know him here already. He's quite well known. We've been working with him for a number of years as well, so we've had a few of his violins, and even a Baroque violin from him. Every year he works with Peter Greiner in Prussia Cove together. They collaborate on projects. Sometimes they make a violin together. Sometimes they work on more specific things. But yeah, so they have quite a close relationship. And we've been, in the last year or so, we've been selling his violins quite successfully. This is the latest one. It's very nice. It sounds very good. He's really a kind of omnipresent in the UK violin scene. And now the last violin we have here for you is this stunning Guarneri model by Greg Elf. Again, those of you who follow us a bit more closely might have noticed that I recently did a longer interview with Greg where he talked about his philosophies on making, his current style, what he's aspiring towards doing, what he's looking for in his making, and how he's trying to maybe make, in his own unique way, reinterpret these old Italian traditions and models and so on. So this is pretty much a Guarneri model. I mean, it's definitely based on that pretty loosely, but a lot of this he carves himself, and he carves it freely. So the scroll, the F-holes, these are things where he really lets his own ideas or interpretations take over. And so you get these violins that have, you know, they obviously look like a Guarneri model, but they have so much of Greg inside them. And I think a lot of his customers, and certainly a lot of the customers we've had that buy his instruments, really appreciate that about him. It's a very unique way of making. In terms of sound, he is clearly making what he calls concert instruments. In a sense, for me, that means that as a violinist, if you had to play a concerto tonight, you could pick one up, you could walk on stage, and you could play them, and they would respond and work very well and very easily. So those are the things that I think I understand from what he means. But you can see that as soon as you play on the violin, it's very easy, it responds well, it's very open, it's powerful, and of course, with any instruments, you need to discover it and find all the nuances and color palettes that it can offer you, but it's something that you can pick up and play, and it naturally sounds really very, very good. Now, I have a viola for you this time, which I didn't last time, but I really like this, a young Bulgarian maker called Hhristiyan Tenev, who went and presented it to the Violin Society of America's big competition that they have. And it was actually very well regarded. It was even awarded a prize. And after being in the States, he came here and brought it to us, and I'm no violist, but even for me, I played on it, and it feels very good. Again, it's a very open sound, and it responds well, it's easy, it's very balanced, so you don't feel that it has maybe one type of character on the low end and then a different type of character on the high end. It's sort of very even, and so something that I thought, you know, could work very well and be very versatile. The making, I should say, is very good. It's a new-looking instrument, of course, but he's done it to a very, very successful level. The choice of wood is also excellent, which helps, but the varnish work, everything is really very high level. Now, over here on this side, I have 4 bows. These all range between 3,000 and 6,000 pounds, roughly. On this side here, we have 2 German bows that are both gold-mounted. They play very nice, and they're on the cheaper end for a gold-mounted bow, if that's what you're looking for. Both good names, Derschmidt and Dölling. Then over here we have quite an interesting maker. This is Keith Sleeman. He's British, but he's lived and worked all over the world. He spent many years in Brazil, sort of researching Pernambuco and its properties. He has many philosophies and ideas about the camber of bows and so on. So a very interesting maker. And then lastly, we have a beautiful hill bow. Octagonal, I should say, which is quite nice. It has the original lapping, which is very good. And it is unique. It is very rare, I should say, in the sense that the stamp on the bow says Hill and Sons. That's actually quite uncommon for hill bows. So it's something that could appeal to, if you're a collector, if you're someone who really loves older hill bows, this is something that I think would pique your interest. All of the instruments here and the bows are available to try here at our MyLuthier London showroom. We're based here near St. Paul's, near the Barbican. It's very easy to get to us, and I think a great location for anybody who's interested in instruments. Our collection is also available online at myluthier.co. You'll see a wide range of violins, violas, cellos, and the bows, and you can browse them there. You can hear sound samples for all the instruments, so you can compare them, little description, and of course get in touch with us if there's any you're interested in particular. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely a lot to discover. Instruments from really all over, but that cover so many bases. I think you guys would love them. I can't wait for you to hear these, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.